John Maher here from Teagasc 10. We're up here in Tipperary today with Eamon Slatter here on Glentour Farms. It's the latter end of September. Weather has been good for the last week or two. Weather's about to change. So we're looking at the grass supply in the farm here now, which everybody needs to take count of. And Eamon's farm cover here today is 834. There's been good recovery in the farm cover, Eamon. How did you get that to where it is today?
Yeah, no, good recovery in the last week, 10 days. Last week especially, we improved it a lot. We introduced silage about 10 days ago. They're eating about 4 kilos of silage a day now. They're getting 3 kilos of meal as well, but it really slowed them up. And we also got rid of some of our empty cows. We had 12 cows that we didn't serve, and we had another 8 cows that showed up empty. We got rid of these, and that reduced our stocking rate from 3.1 back to 2.68.
Yeah, so Eamon, your demand has come down to 32. You grew 60 last week.
Yeah.
We're at the latter end of September. If we grow 50, we'll have a swing of growth versus demand of 20 a day, which is about 140 for the week, which will bring your cover to about 1,000 for about the start of October.
Yeah.
How do you feel where you are in terms of what you want in terms of grass supply at this stage?
Yeah, I'd be happy to be at the 1,000. I'd like to be at the 1,000 anyway. From then on, we kind of usually here start to close from around the 1st or 2nd of October. So from then on, I'd like to be at the 1,000 by the 1st of October.
So our aim is to try and keep grass in the diet in the cow for as long as possible during October and into early November, depending on weather. At the same time, then we're trying to close up the farm. You start somewhere around the 1st of October.
Yeah. Depending
on how things go with weather. And when will you finish up the grazing season, roughly, Eamon?
Well, sure, I suppose the weather will depend a lot on it too. We'll probably start when we hit into the last rotation. We usually bring in the strip wire and kind of work get as long as we can out of it. We'll be hoping to get into the middle of November anyway.
So, like a lot of people have kind of missed the targets on building cover because of some of the difficult weather we've had. Okay, middle of September has been good. You have brought in silage, but just to go back on your situation, are the calves, heifers off the farm now?
All calves, heifers, everything is over on Martin's farm now.
So this increases the grass supply on this part of the farm?
Exactly. And all our reseeds are back in, everything. We have the full, everything that's available to is here now. And
the cover we're grazing today, Eamon?
The cover, they came into that this morning. I done a measure yesterday, and that was at around 2,300.
Okay, the next cover you go into, Eamon, will roughly be?
The next cover is out here next door, and that yesterday was at around 18.
Eamon, you're on about 30 days rotation at the moment, close enough to it. You want that to stretch out. How far do you want it to stretch out to?
About 35, 40 days.
And when we look at the proportion of the farm closed by the 1st of November?
About 60 to 70% closed.
Right, hopefully by the 1st of November. Okay. When will you get out in the spring, Eamon?
Usually once cows start calving, once the first week of February, usually we'd start getting out. We would be early. So once we have the grass there, we'll let them off.
To have the grass, Eamon, we must close up right.
That's it.
So this proportion of the farm that's closed early is the main bank of grass for the spring?
Yeah.
Okay, we're in this paddock here. The cows came out here last night, pretty well grazed off. But it's the last week of September. Next week you'll be heading into the closing period, Eamon. So we're trying to graze the paddocks off quite well. How do you go about doing that, Eamon?
Yeah, this paddock isn't so bad, but we'd like to get it a little bit better. So we'll introduce, when we go into the last rotation, we'll introduce the strip wire and try and get them to get it as good as possible clean out as we can. So that's our main tool for getting them to eat it down a bit better than what we're in at the moment.
So we're standing here in one of Eamon's paddocks that's close to yard. In terms of spring grazing, this is a very, very important paddock. Every spring there's always a few wet days, and sometimes you need a paddock like this to get you out of trouble. Have the cows out, but plan carefully. Eamon, why this paddock?
Well, I hope to close this paddock probably about the 20th of October or thereabouts. It's a nice paddock near the yard. It's got there's three access points. There's roadway going up the side and roadway across the top. I don't want to have too much grass on it, and at that stage probably about 800 of a cover on it would be ideal. Just get in for the couple of hours, get out. There's loads of access points, and it's nice and near the yard, so it's just easy to.
It's also fairly well sheltered, Eamon, fair to
It
say.
is good and sheltered, yeah. It is
And,
good and
and
sheltered.
the grass is one of the older sports, so the
It
cow's
is,
feet will
yeah,
stay up much better in a wet day.
Exactly, yeah. It's ideal it's ideal for them kind of days where you can just touch and go whether you can get out or not.
Perfect, yeah.